Walter Anthony Rodney was a Guyanese historian, political activist and academic. His notable works include How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, first published in 1972. Rodney was assassinated in Georgetown, Guyana, in 1980. Here are 10 of his best quotes. By what standard of morality can the violence used by a slave to break his chain be considered the same as the violence of a slave master? A culture is a total way of life. It embraces what people ate and what they wore, the way they walked and the way they talked, the manner in which they treated death and greeted the newborn. For the only great men among the unfree and the oppressed are those who struggle to destroy the oppressor. Every African has the responsibility to understand the system and work towards its overthrow. There is no getting away from the conclusion reached by the African educationalist Abdou Moumenine that colonial education corrupted the thinking and the sensibilities of the African and filled him with abnormal complexes. To talk solidarity within the black world, we have a series of responsibilities. One of the most important of our responsibilities is to define our own situation. In a way, underdevelopment is a paradox. Many parts of the world that are naturally rich are actually poor, and parts that are not so well off in wealth of soil and sun are enjoying the highest standards of living. If economic power is centered outside national African boundaries, then political and military power in any real sense is also centered outside and unless the masses of peasants and workers are mobilized to offer an alternative to the system of sham political independence. We were told that violence is evil, and that, whatever the cause, it is unjustified morality. By what standard of morality can the violence used by a slave to break his chains be considered the same as the violence of the slave master?
The most important person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs.